All right, well, peace. First and foremost, man. Hopefully, the Most High in your house, y'all, is blessing your day. By His mercies, we are consumed. We're alive in the Most High in your house, y'all's body, and two, we're naturally alive. And yeah, man, we kind of want to get into this, man, because shout out to a brother from Assembly Firstborn. Last night, on the class, he was kind of going into this, man, and how like really that's part of us like being in His image, and also too like not putting ourselves above what is written, man. Because I was thinking that because just going into like something as in reconciliation, man, because like the brothers assembly for in forgiveness, because that's what this whole thing is about. And the Most High house is big on. That's what the big gospel, like big part of the gospel, like was about in your house ministry was about. Because the Most High house, man, their creation, man. He reconciled. Actually, that was on the morning prayers, of course, the infamous John 3:16. But he loved his creation so much to reconcile with them, honestly. And like that's why like the brother sent me first one says like said last night, man. He always says that say that a lot as well. That's what that's love without dissimulation. What we always talk about, honestly, because the love has to be bigger than the issue, or then the fallout, or then the fallout, or then the problem, then the problem or quarrel. Honestly, the love has to be bigger than that, honestly, because it's deeply rooted in love, especially godly love, man. It's supposed to supersede all that, man. Because listen, like that's why it says this, man. Because honestly, like the Most High house, that's part of being in His image, man. Because and of course, like like the brother said, somebody first one said, he said, listen, man, you can love with somebody, but not really rock with them. But seriously, man, but not really like mess with them. And also too, forgiveness is dynamic isn't always the same, because the Most High in your house forgave Cain, but he didn't really rock with them no more. He forgave Saul, didn't really rock with them no more. So this just is what it is with that. But let's get this Ecclesiasticus, also known as Sirach 28, verse 2. It says, forgive thy neighbor all that hurt he hath done unto thee. So shall thy sins be forgiven when thou prayest. One man beareth hatred against another. Do he seek pardon from the Lord? So see exactly, man. So he showeth him no mercy to a man which is like himself, but doeth he ask forgiveness for his own sins? So yeah, man, that's is what it is right there, man. But see, that's how, because listen, man, and that's what the reconciliation, man, because Most High house, they reconciliation with like the sons of Adam, like with man in general, man. Because not only just us us our people, like with Israel, man, our people, but like Proverbs 14 and let's get Proverbs 14 real quick, because sin is a reproach to any nation, man, to any people. So let's get Proverbs 14 real quick, man, because this kind of going back to the basics, man, honestly. But Proverbs 14 verse 34, it says, righteousness exalteth a nation, but sin is a reproach to any people. So yeah, faithfulness exalteth any nation, man. That's why, like it is what it is. Don't matter what, like nationality, like you are a nation you are, man. You better like try to be a son and daughter of the Most High house, shot, man. That's just is what it is. So it says righteousness exalteth a nation, but sin is a reproach to any people. So yeah, exactly. That's is what it is right there. So let's get John 3:16 real quick. It says for Yahweh, because a lot of times too, like we always talk about, this is a debate. This is like a rap battle debate. Scripture that like is used, but really, man, a lot of us, even especially me when I first came to word, man, a lot of us when we read this scripture, man, we really miss the mark, man. Shout out to brother Kwame Call and Shalimah, like brothers of Assembly Firstborn and other brothers Akawar, Elijah, for like saying this, man. It says, for Yahweh so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, that so whosoever believe in him should not perish but have everlasting life. So yeah, man, that's is what it is right there, man. So yeah, man, because the Most High house shall forgave, like they reconcile with they, and there's always that we should always try to reconcile with one another, man. Because you know what, reason why we even talk about this, because I seen a clip yesterday. Well, he's out now, Max B. Well, Mano talked to Max B. Honestly, I mean, talked to Jim Jones about the whole Max B situation. Like, I'm just using this as a natural example in the world, but about how like reconciliation, how they squash their beef, whatever, man, and you know. He was he was kind of asking Jim Jones about it. Jim Jones really wasn't trying to like on that, honestly. But I was reading the comments, but one of them was it was an aspect of two things can be true because like Mano's saying like, listen, man, it's a point like us as men we could reason and come together and like be peaceful, honestly, reason together, honestly. But Jim Jones really wasn't feeling it. He was just is what it is, and and that's but somebody in the comment section said this too, and what's called perspective, like man, it's good to be good off people, man, like kind of like you go your way, we go we go our way, man. There's no issue, but listen, you go that way, we go this way, man, because this kind of what we mentioned earlier about how forgiveness isn't always the same. Listen, um, like the Most High House forgave Cain, and the Most High House forgave Saul, and things of that nature. They just didn't rock with him no more. It's good to like just go separate ways and be like good off people. It's nothing wrong with that. It is what it is. Certain people is what it is, and also too in that situation, I'm not sure because if it's pertaining to like him having sex with his man's wife because what you call him, Jim Jones' wife, because Chrissy, I believe that's the rumor allegedly. I don't know, I wasn't there, but that's really I can understand Jim Jones like not really being good off that, like probably forgiving but from afar. But pretty much I use that example because we're using that example because I seen that clip yesterday and kind of and what the brother sent me first one was talking about on last night's class and kind of like how like this is part of being this image and not putting ourselves above what's written because listen, how can I not how can I not forget somebody, man, when I need for stuff that I do I want forgiveness for, man. That's what the whole Yahushua parable, Christ parable about the man with the talents is, man, with the man a debt that owed something, man, but he wasn't merciful to his fellow to somebody that owed him, but yeah, this is First Corinthians chapter 4 verse 6. And these things, brethren, I have figured, and that to myself and to Paul for your sakes, that ye might not learn us to think of men above which is written, that no other you be puffed up for one against another. So yeah, exactly, man. Let's get this Ephesians real quick, man. That's what it's all about, reconciliation, man. Seriously. Yep. Really, it's a part of being his image and things of that nature. And Ephesians chapter 4 verse 32. But be ye kind one to another, tenderhearted, forgiving one another, as Yahweh for Mashiach for Christ's sake hath forgiven you. So yeah, man, that's all what it's about, man. So hopefully this is edifying. So peace.